saucy lot, it's your boy the Blade Runner, and the haircut we did yesterday, which I'm about to show you in a second, is on a very good client of mine. He's all gone quite short, so he's decided he wants to grow the top out a little bit. Now he's not got the easiest of crowns with, but you'll see how I deal with that in the video. But then we went with a fairly high skin fade, used the Tpob Goblin clippers and trimmers, and then just to bald it out, I've used the Brawn Series 9 with the Pro Blade. Anyway, hopefully you'll like the video, and please do subscribe. And well, if you subscribed already, then thank you. Anyway, have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye bye. Right then, so I've got the Tpob Goblin, the clipper, and I'm going to be using a grade 1. And all I'm doing is I'm just removing that bolt from the sides. Now, he hasn't got the easiest of hair, this young chap. You know, he's got a triple crown, and on the side that I've been working on, it grows forward. The other side, it tends to grow out. So, you know, he's not got easy hair to work on, but, you know, you trust your system, and you work what's best for you, and hopefully you get the result that you want. So, as you can see, we've got a triple crown there. So we put 1.5 on the clipper, and it's open at the moment, and I'm just feeding it into the top, and I'm just flicking out. Now, when I started hairdressing, you know, you always taught to keep weight on the crown, but this is just one hair type that, because of the triple crowns, you can't keep that weight on the crown because it will just stand out. So I'm just really pushing into the top with the 1.5. So we're not really going to be taking much off the top. So I've got that 1.5, I say it's open. And once I've done that, I've now closed it. And I'm coming behind that just to keep softening the blend. Right, now I'll put a grade 2 on the clipper. So these Goblins that I'm using, they are something else. They're very similar to the Instinct by Stylecraft and Gamma. So we would notice the way that hair grows forward towards the parietal ridge. So what we were doing then is we were working against the hair. So we're having to come at an angle. So as you can see, I'm working all angles over the crown because it literally just grows in so many different directions. So I've just closed that guard up. Just coming underneath. So the first part with the grade 2, the clipper was open. Now I've just closed it. But as I said, you have to work all directions, especially when you've got like a crown. Because you know, a lot of people's hair just grows down or it grows out. Sometimes you get a client like this young man where it grows down, out, goes sideways, diagonal. So yeah, you have to work your clippers in all directions. Alright, so I'll put a grade 0.5 on the clipper now. Just coming underneath that 1 that we did. And it's closed at the moment. In certain parts as well, we've got dark spots just as well. So to throw into the mix, apart from it actually growing in different directions, we've also got different densities within the hair. When the hair is thicker, it tends to look darker, just because you've got more hair just occupying that one spot.
I'll just open the clipper up. I'm just fading into what was the one. What I'll suggest is when you're starting to learn how to fade hair, don't go too high first of all. You know, if you go too high and you cut it and the hair's all gone, then there's nowhere you can go to. When you actually start your fade lower, if you want to bring the fade up, you can do that, but obviously you can't do it the other way around. So now I'm just opening and closing it, just for different parts of the hair. As I said, because there's different densities within the hair, sometimes if you go slightly shorter on a denser bit, it actually balances out. Okay, so I've taken the guard off now, and I've got the guard closed. What's nice about these clippers as well is because they are quite small, changing the lever with your thumb is a lot easier. Sometimes when you've got like a large clipper, like an Andes Master or something like that, you know, it's quite wide, so you almost like, if you're clipping with your right hand, you'd be using your left hand to change the lever. Because it's such a small clipper, it's so manoeuvrable, and I can just use my right thumb to change that lever. So it's closed at the moment. So always use your beard brush. Now I've opened the clipper up, so I'm just taking out that line. You know, you don't just have to go fully closed, fully open. You know, you can work in between, and the beauty about these clippers is because you've got a clip guard, you know exactly where you are. So when you look at like the wild clippers or some of the other clippers where they have like a floating lever, you don't always know where you are. With this, you know, if it's one click, you know it's one click. If it's two clicks, you know it's two clicks. So it's just a lot easier to fade with. So I'll just close that up again because there's a few little dark spots. Just using the corner there. As you see, I'm adjusting the clipper guard the whole time, or the lever should I say. I would say, and I've said this in a few of the other videos as well, is, you know, like getting rid of a line is pretty much like using like an eraser on a pencil line. You know, you don't just go over it once with a rubber and it's gone. You go over it a few times and eventually that pencil line will disappear. Exactly the same as this. So I'll just put a 0.5 back on the clipper just to refine the fade. Then going back in with a grade 1. Just to refine those tiny little bits, especially around by the crown. You know, just because you've gone over it once with a guard doesn't mean you can't go back again with a guard on later on in the haircut. It's all about refining that fade. Right, just going to use the Goblin the trimmers even. The reason I'm using those trimmers is it does take it down very, very short, but it's much kinder when you use like a foil. Sometimes with some of these foils, you know, if the hair's too long and you're attacking it, it can seem really quite brutal on the client's head. When you actually take it down with a set of trimmers like these, it takes it down very short, so when you do foil the hair, it just doesn't feel quite as stressful on the head. Okay, so the Braun Series 9. Just flicking it out. I mean, this is one of the better foils. It's got the Pro blade. I did a video about this a few days ago. It is, to me, it's one of the best foils you can use, just as for comfort for the client. I mean, I haven't got the Tpob foils. Hopefully I will be buying a set of those just to see what they're like. Literally just gone straight back in with the clippers, just to take out any slight remnants of any lines. Again, just adjusting that lever, and then a little bit of clipper over comb. Yeah, it's always good to work your guard system, but yeah, I don't think anything beats clipper over comb and also scissor over comb, just to get a little bit of refinement. You know, scissor over comb, it's such an underused technique. It's one of the most traditional techniques you can get. I mean, you know, scissors have been around a lot longer than, or shears have been around a lot longer than what clippers have been. I find with scissor over comb, you can just be that little bit more picky of where you're taking the hair out. Okay, so I've got the Tpob trimmers again, just going to line out the front. Always start in the middle and then work either side of it. You know, if you just start at the side, like on the left hand side or the right side, it's a lot harder to get your line straight. Also, if it helps, you can get your client to face you. You know, if you're working at an angle, like if you're stepping to the side, when you're working a line up, you know, it looks straight when you're standing to the side, but when that client faces you, it'll always be slightly longer on one side. So yeah, start your line up from the middle and have your client facing you. I was going to finish it off. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Anyway, I'm out of here. Everybody have a really nice day. See you later.